If you're planning on buying a home in Calgary, there's a really good chance that you're about to make one of the most common and costly mistakes that buyers make. And you're not even going to realize it until it's too late. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through 6 insider steps that my most successful clients use to beat out other buyers, no matter what the market. Whether this is your first home or your fifth home, these 6 steps are going to help you be more prepared than you did before. But if you skip it, you can end up in the wrong home and regret your decision. Okay, so the first one is to think about all of your future needs. In this step, you're going to learn 5 questions that you should ask yourself. On average, people live in their home for 5 to 7 years before they move. Life happens and life stages come quicker than you think. And answering these 5 questions are not only going to help you find a home for your current life situation, but also for your future life situation. And so the first question you should ask are, what are the ages of you and everyone inside the home going to be in 5 years? A 5 and a 2-year-old will end up being 10 and 7 before you know it. And with that comes very different needs. Bedrooms, play areas, and sharing that one bathroom, that all is going to change. Question two is, what grades or life stages will everyone be at inside your home? Maybe you have teenagers who are learning to drive. Maybe your kids are now entering high school. Or are you going to be an empty nester with extra space that you just don't need? Question three is, will anyone be moving out or moving in? Maybe you're starting to plan a family, or maybe you're going to be having a parent or a family relative come and move inside the home. This is going to help you understand if you're going to need more bedrooms, a lot more space, maybe a developed basement. But this is something you should really consider. Question four is, where are you going to be working? People's work situations look a lot different than they did 5 or 10 years ago. You could be working in the office, maybe you're hybrid, maybe you're working remote, or maybe you're self employed. Your location needs and commute can change quickly, and you want to make sure you have that part covered. The fifth question you want to ask is, what kind of lifestyle do you want to continue to maintain? Do you want to continue doing outdoor sports, live near a lake, quick access to the mountains, or do you want to live in a more walkable community with quick access to cafes, restaurants, and shopping? Make sure you write these down because this is going to become your future needs blueprint for you to refer to in the future. Step two is understanding your finances and closing costs. Financing isn't the most exciting part of real estate, but it is the most foundational part of real estate. Now, if you're thinking about needing to sell a home before you buy, the biggest mistake you can think of is, I already have a mortgage, so I'm going to get pre approved for a mortgage. Well, not always. You're going to still need to qualify based on your income, your debt, and today's current interest rates. So make sure you talk to your mortgage broker before you even book any showings. And if you do this, this is going to help you with 3 things. It's going to know exactly where your budget is. You can act as fast as you need to when the right home comes up. And it's going to set clear expectations so you're not viewing homes that are way over or under your realistic budget. But a big thing I see, especially with first time home buyers, is closing costs. These are going to be things like legal fees, home inspection, property insurance, property tax adjustments, condo fee adjustments, if applicable. And a common one that most people don't think about is new furniture. A lot of people forget about the furniture part, but a lot of the time you're buying a new home, you're going to want to go out shopping again and get some new furniture, especially if you're going from maybe a smaller place into a lot larger. There's more areas of the home that you need to fill, so you're going to need that furniture budget. My recommendation is to set that aside early so that there's no surprises. A good rule of thumb for this is to set aside 3 to 5% of the total purchase price. This way you won't be caught off guard with closing costs. So for example, if you're buying a $500,000 home, this can be anywhere between $15 to $25,000. This should cover all of your closing costs and any unexpected expenses. Now, step three is understanding the market. Before you even step foot into a property, you should know exactly what the numbers are telling you. Calgary's real estate market can look very different depending on neighborhood, price point, property type, and even the time of year. And there are 4 key metrics that are very important, but the last one is probably the most important. The first one is the average sale price. This is telling you what buyers are actually paying and not what the sellers are asking for. The second one is days on market. This tells you how quickly homes are selling for. If homes are moving in under 2 weeks, you're most likely in a competitive market. The third is the list to sale price ratio, and this is telling you whether home prices are selling at, below, or above its asking price. Now, the most important part is the months of inventory, and this is especially important for those who need to sell a home before they buy a home. And it's going to tell you how long it's going to sell all current listings at the current sales pace. And so here's what you're going to do to understand the math quickly. You're going to look back about 30 to 90 days. And with that, you're going to see how many homes have sold. Then you're going to divide the number of active listings by the number of homes sold per month. So, for example, if you had 5 townhomes active and 10 of them sold last month, well, you're at half month of supply. But if only one sold, that would be 5 months of supply. And so, to understand months of inventory, Anything that is below 2.5 months is a seller's market. Anything below 2.5 to 4 months is a balanced market. And anything above 4 months is a buyer's market. And so I said this is especially important if you're a seller, because if you're selling in a buyer's market, you might want to consider selling first. But if you're selling in a seller's market, you might want to secure your next home first. Step four is don't assume that this is your forever home. As I said before, most people move every 5 to 7 years and life changes. You get married, you have kids, job changes, schools. Every 5 years or so, your life changes. Each stage comes with completely different needs for your home. And even if you think that this is your forever home, chances are it isn't. Think of your first home as your first car. It might not be perfect, but it'll get you to where you need to be, and it's going to help you build equity for the next one. In Calgary, especially in the last couple of years, we have entered into more of a property ladder type market. It's often smarter right now to buy the home that you can afford, build equity, and then move into the next one. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of first time home buyers stressing about getting into a detached home when in reality, their budget is more suited towards a townhouse or a condo. Don't overlook these options. They're often the best way to get into the market and build equity for the next one. Step five is avoiding common mistakes when hiring a realtor. When you go to hire a realtor, these are some more of the common things that a lot of buyers do, and it can end up being a real big mistake for you. The first one is picking a family friend without knowing if the right fit for you. Sometimes that realtor that worked for your family member or even a friend that you have might have been the right realtor for them, but might not necessarily be the best suit for you. The second mistake I see is hiring the local expert simply because they've seen their face on bus batches or any mailing material. These things don't necessarily mean that they're the best fit for you personally. Just because they're visible doesn't necessarily mean it equals skill for your particular situation. Hiring based solely on discount commissions or commission kickbacks. If the only reason you're considering hiring someone is because they've decided to lower their commission or give you a kickback, be very careful with this. Lower fees often means less service, less marketing, and less effort when it matters the most. And the fourth one is pretty important, especially when you're selling a home, is hiring based off of the price that they said that they can get you. A realtor should be able to prove to you with stats and comparable sales why your home should be priced where it is. If they can't back up why they can price it at a higher price, then you risk at overpricing and sitting on the market. This usually leads to you chasing the market and selling for less than what you could have if you were priced it correctly. I recommend you interview at least 2 to 3 agents and make sure you ask the hard hitting questions. The right agent should be able to push back when needed, educate you, and help you win, not just saying yes to everything. A good realtor is going to protect you from overpaying, missing red flags, or losing out to stronger offers. Step six, and I find this is one of the most overlooked aspects of buying a home, but it's understanding your timeline. From the day you get serious about buying your home or even needing to sell your home, there's a lot of moving parts. Now, everyone's different in their home search and selling needs, but I'm going to use the most recent example that I had with a client. Her pre approval took 1 to 2 weeks. Finding the right home, in her case, she only took about a month to do it. On average, my clients take anywhere between 1 to 3 months to find a home, but I have had clients take 4 to 5. The next part is offer negotiations, which typically only last about 24 hours, but can take up to 3 days. The next is the conditional period, which is anywhere between 7 to 14 days. And then the closing aspect of it, which after a firm offer can be anywhere between 30 to 60 days additional. For most buyers from pre approval to possession, it can take anywhere between 2 to 4 months. And that's if everything goes smoothly. If you have a specific move-in date in mind, then work backwards from that date and then plan accordingly. If you're selling a home, your timeline needs to sync up with your purchase. Or you could end up homeless for a week or two and potentially paying for 2 homes. If you follow these 6 steps, you are setting yourself up for a lot smoother transaction and a more stress-free transaction. If you're thinking about buying a home in Calgary, whether it's now or in a year or two, you can book a call with me in the first link in the description. You can book a 15-minute call and we could map out your entire home planning journey. Until then, I'll see you at the next video. Take care.